It's a rainy day, but I'm gonna tell y'all my secret weapon. So, sensory deprivation. Sensory deprivation has actually been around for a very long time, but they got banned. So as most of y'all might know, I don't do drugs, I don't smoke, I don't drink, but my one drug of choice is sensory deprivation. What sensory deprivation is, imagine yourself floating in a tank. You're floating effortlessly because of the salt, the salt content. 30 to 40% salt, Epsom salt. So it's a thick salt that makes you float in total darkness. Like, this isn't regular darkness. This is negative black. But mind you, the water is room temperature, is body temperature, so you can't feel where your body begins or where your body ends. So what happens is that you're blinking and you're blinking some more, and you can't tell if you're awake or if you're asleep. You blink so many times that you forget what world you're in, what realm you're in. And that's when your natural fear starts to kick in. And what the fear is gonna do is gonna start releasing dopamine. And as that dopamine is being released, some of y'all might become an atheist in a foxhole. As that fear is being released, then your mind is going to create a reality to protect you from that fear. And it is a drug because it's 20 times stronger than DMT. It's 1,000,000 times stronger than weed. So once enough dopamine is released, your mind starts to create a world to protect you from that fear. You're gonna start creating from the very minute level of the world. You're gonna create grass, trees, kind of like Inception. A lot of people, when I explain it to them, they say it's like Inception. It's exactly like that. It's like being awake in your dream. They're floating from world to world, area to area. You're creating they're creating whatever you want. Your mind creates whatever your mind has an ability to create. You're gonna unlock parts of your mind that you didn't even know you had. Y'all over here smoking weed every day, and I'm going in 1 hour a week and being high for a week. Basically, it only takes an hour a week to be complete. Y'all over here smoking every day, 3, 5, 6 times a day, just to maintain your high, when you could go do sensory deprivation for an hour, for 1 hour a week, the longest lasting high that you ever had in your life. I promise you. But don't go to the sensory deprivation high. You have to be completely sober. Your mind has to be completely clear for you to utilize its benefits. Let me tell you about the first time I went. I was in there and my body felt like it was spinning, rotating. But at the same time, my mind was creating the spinning. At the same time, my mind was telling me that I can't be spinning because the tank is not big enough for my body to spin. So my mind confused itself, and I ended up just going to sleep instead of being in there and taking advantage. So that was the first time I went. And then the second time I went in there with a, I guess, more clear mind. I knew what to expect. I knew what was going to happen. And I figured to try to control it, stay awake, and try to, see what I can muster up. What ended up happening is I realized that sensory deprivation is a way to go so deep within yourself that you're out of your body. If that makes any sense, you could think of sensory deprivation as a hyperbolic time chamber. It's something to help boost your power level. You're gonna see something in there while you're in that tank that's gonna unlock a lot for you, because it's definitely like a hyperbolic time chamber. You come when you go in there, it's like I said, it's like Inception. You go in there, and once that light comes on, and the world that you created in there ends, you're gonna be fighting against yourself, and then trying to stay to a level which you're comfortable with. You gotta also get out of your comfort zone. Who's in there creating worlds? I was in there creating worlds. For me, I've always been like a curious person, and I'm always doing research, searching, anything that comes to my mind. And with sensory deprivation, you can actually slow down. It's not necessarily slowing down the active mind. It's letting the active mind be an active mind, and it works so well for someone like me, of the type of stuff that I be on. Like a lot of people, like I be on stocks, forex, learning words, doing all types of stuff to elevate myself and my mind, and a lot of people aren't on that. A lot of people say, oh, they want the old Nash back, but they only want the old Nash back because they're the old level. You know what I'm saying? Like, people like to stay in their bubble and not elevate. Me, I'm an elevator. So another thing with sensory deprivation is you have to do it naked. It's gonna sound crazy, but yes, you have to do it naked. You can't be compressed. You can't have clothes on because it's gonna mess up the illusion of what you're trying to achieve. So the best way to do it is naked. They're gonna tell you all of this stuff when you go to the place. I feel like it will work for anybody, honestly. At least try it once. If it's not for you, it's not for you. But like I honestly recommend